We've got Jason Dunstall, Damien Barrett, Brian Taylor, the number one Friday team comfortably. In fact, 2 or 3 points last time I checked, which is embarrassing for the other stations. And what we've got tonight is Ship Off coming shortly, which we can't wait for. Jared Waite on its way. Both those stars in the box, so you get the best, and they tend to come in here live, which is how we like it. But now, Chief, I think we might be ready for this.
Ship the hell off.
Ship off.
Ship off. Ship off. Find a little boat and ship the hell off. Jim, there's a sensation sweeping the globe as we speak called Pokemon Go.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's actually got to the stage now where people are breaking the law to find Pokemons, or whatever you call them, these little symbols. They're going into schools and private institutions, and it's actually got to the ridiculous stage. You see adults driving erratically because they're following their phone in one hand, trying to work out where these little suckers are.
I don't get it.
In Indonesia, the police and the military forces have banned their personnel from following Pokemon Go because they're forgetting to do their job to serve the people. Oh, no. This is what it's got to. Come on. And I think the shares of Nintendo went through the roof on the back of Pokemon Go.
$10 billion added to their share price.
I know, it's ridiculous, and I'm shipping them all off, because it is a waste of time. Maybe a game for kids, but we've got all sorts of unsavouries now chasing where all the kids are gathering. It is becoming a bigger issue than it's actually worth.
So ship them off?
Yep, ship it off. Not happy with them.
Right.
Everyone needs to do themselves a favour. Next Tuesday night, you have to watch Open Mic.
Ooh.
I promise you won't be disappointed.
I heard about
Mark
this.
Jacko Jackson. From the moment the camera is switched on, he launches on Mike Sheehan. And I mean launches. This is the doyen of media performance, the grandfather of football media, Mike Sheehan.
That's it.
Who gets called by Jagger inexperienced at one stage.
No.
And it gets as bad as, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe he calls him a pubic hair at one stage.
He can't do
that. You
that.
have to tune in because he launches from the first siren until the last, and has also made threats, I believe, concerning any editing of the show. Wants it all to go.
He calls the commissioner a pubic hair.
Correct.
No, that can't have happened.
You have to tune in Tuesday night, Fox.
Visibly shaken,
yes.
Mike.
You spoke to him this morning, though.
Spoke to him this morning. It's taken the edge right off, Mike.
I went in there the afternoon that after it had been done that day, and everyone that was in there that had seen it unfold was talking about it. It was bizarre. So, Jacko, I think we got to ship him off. Ooh. Even though I hope I don't bump into him. I think he's gone a bit loopy, Jim. Now, and the one final one. Now, this is an interesting one. I don't know if you boys have heard of the Glen Iris Gladiators.
Yes, I have.
Your boys play for them.
They do. Love it.
Yes,
you too?
They do. Fine
I
establishment.
had an interesting message from someone today. I did a lunch for their the Glen Iris Gladiators Football Club's Father's Function.
Okay.
I did it a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And I know the gentleman that did it today.
Sheets?
No, freebie. And apparently,
Chief doesn't.
there have been repeated requests for a couple of fathers to be involved.
Right.
But they consider the crowd to be so lowbrow, they continually deny refuse to be involved.
So you had to step in?
No, well, 2 years ago, I'm talking the bloke today had to step in because these two won't sack up.
Incorrect, Chief.
So
right?
JB and Das can chip off. That is on behalf of the Glen Iris Gladiators Football Club.
It is factually
That's a
incorrect.
good one.
That is 100% correct.
Nope.
No one contributes more than Jim and I.
Exactly.
Down there.
And
That
it's got
is
nothing.
incorrect.
It's got nothing to do with Dan
Shocking.
Richardson. I'm just saying that this has come to me from a very, very good source that's involved in football
How
circles.
can that slippery gypsy throw us in there when we have no right to be in that conversation?
Exactly.
He said,
copy's right, Blake.
your words were, quote, too lowbrow,
Oh,
unquote.
listen to that. There's a man that should be focusing elsewhere.
You should be doing
Yeah,
that.
that's exactly right.
Well, the principal
Can't believe you don't go down there and help you two.
The kids play there.
Duke coaches one of the
Exactly.
Oh,
Spend
4
all my
boys.
Sundays down there.
Spend every
putting
second day down there doing things for people.
teams. You do, Brian?
Yes.
Which club?
And you two just don't cough.
I
Listen
must
to
admit,
Bristol.
I contributed a lot. Jim's a bit of a
Jim
one,
doesn't,
you know?
doesn't do that much, does he?
He tends to see it a few rows
Is
back.
he a boundary line stroller, or does he tend to just say locked in the vehicle, G-line style?
He's the sort of sunnies on, hat on, maybe a beanie, big scarf, and just not many approach gyms down at the Gladiators.
Bit of swagger as he walks around.
Bristol, I'll tell you what I do, which is what all parents should do. Get out of the way and let the people who are running it run it.
That's actually true.
That's what I do. I leave the running of the game to the people who are there to run it, who do a fantastic job, by the way, at all the local clubs.
They do. Disappointing.
Hey,
They'd love you to be involved at some stage. If you could just let me pass the message on.
this is
Just
coming
at some
from,
stage, if you could help this
this
struggling
is coming
club,
from
that'd be
Dan
thrilled.
Richardson, who I have never seen in my whole time
That's
down there
exactly
watching.
right. I don't know
Never
what he's talking
laid eyes on him. Has he got an involvement in the joint?
He did the lunch
he
today
has.
that he wouldn't do.
No, he's doing the recruiting at the Tigers. Oh, going well.
Oh, Brian! Well, I have to make an apology, and I'm not apologising
You
to
can apologise
Duke
to
and
me.
JB, who I shipped off.
All right.
But the source of my ship off, because I got a text from Richo, in inverted commas, and I don't have his number stored in my phone, so I thought it was Dan Richardson. It was actually the other bald Richo, Jason Richardson, former stall gift winner and all-round legend.
The
So,
smarty pants one.
who thought it was hilarious that I lagged Dan
And then on the back
but
of
then
your
you sucked
lagging,
the boots in.
I lagged the Richmond recruiting.
You bagged the whole club.
You
Dan
gave Dan
Richardson.
Richardson a drive-by for
So,
no apparent reason
I
at all.
apologise, Dan. Things are going well at Tigerland.
But the most important thing is that JB and Duke were at fault and had to be bagged. So we got that right.
I think that's poor form from you all round, Chief.
on,
And,
You've got to check your
Himself,
facts, Chief.
After listening to that,
how about the
it
drive-by?
was hilarious.